Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Deanne. For those of you who do know me, my name is still Deanne. I would like to share my story with you. My father said to me once I'd been through more in my 30 years than most people do in a lifetime. And then I went through more. My son even asked me on a few occasions, "Why does everything keep happening to us, Mum?" And I would reply, "Not really knowing myself, because we can handle it." That's me there. When I was a little girl, I was happy, studious, and polite. I grew up moving all the time and having to meet new people. As I became a teenager, my story filled with trauma. I dealt with each event with quiet strength. I'm not much of a crier. I became tough, hung out with the boys, grew up with male friends, worked in male dominated industries, but it didn't save me. It made me shelter my feelings further. As more awful things happened, I kept looking for the silver lining. I had to, and often the only silver lining was the lesson. I now know that is what it's all about. I became blatantly honest because I despised lying. If you asked me a question about my past or my life, you would get an honest, matter-of-fact retort, which would shock people into silence or apologies. A defense mechanism of mine, ending the conversation. But if you didn't ask, you wouldn't know a thing about me. I became gifted at making conversations about anything other than me. I used writing and music as my outlet, so I had a release, but I was still closing people out to my true feelings, including myself. In 2012, my long-term relationship ended in a traumatic event. I became single with a son old enough to look after himself. I found myself wondering what was next. People who've been through hardships usually understand those going through their own hardships. They tend to be kinder and more helpful, don't they? The first to help you up are the ones who know how it feels to fall down. I imagine a lot of you feel that way. So do I. I wanted to help. I raised over $8,000 for the Greenpeace Borneo Jungle Challenge. This included meeting 11 others from around Australia also on this challenge, going to Borneo, climbing a mountain, and living in the 30-million-year-old jungle for a few days with them. Talk about a bonding experience. I then went on to raise over $6,000 for Kids Helpline and jumped out of an aeroplane for Beyond Blue. I faced many fears doing these activities, but I still hadn't faced my fear of connection. I certainly didn't lack confidence in myself. In fact, it helped me to survive. I was introduced to essential oils, and that led to my first spiritual retreat. For the first time ever, this retreat was all women. I thought, oh boy, 5 days, me and women. It was incredible. We ate good food, meditated, experienced sound journeys, constantly had oils diffusing, and bonded with our stories in the safe world that was the retreat. In fact, we were all feeling unsure about stepping back into the real world. Twice now I'd bonded with people. Twice it was in circumstances outside of the ordinary or not in the real world. An acquaintance of mine I discovered as a kinesiologist, and I saw her for treatment last year. All the trauma I'd been through had my soul separate from my body, and she worked at pulling me back in. I felt physically heavy afterwards and realised that is what experiences I'd been through felt like a dream. She actually said to me, "I am so glad you found your oils, or else I don't know how you would have survived." She only uses one herself. The power of these oils are incredible. I use them all day, every day, in some form or another, and they've helped me develop spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Obviously, now my passion is helping other people with these amazing oils. So my gift to you, and to whomever else I share with, is revealing myself to you. In doing that, I'm showing others it is okay to reveal themselves. I'm giving you permission if that's what you need. This is my gift, and my gift is my inner beauty. Set yourself free to share yourself more to the world.